Stop thinking beauty is only about looks. Here's the truth. Alright, let's start by asking the question that's at the heart of this entire video: what is beauty? Most of us, when we think about beauty, are conditioned to immediately associate it with physical appearance. Be honest, when you hear the word beautiful, don't you instantly picture something or someone that looks visually pleasing? Maybe it's flawless skin, perfect symmetry, or that Instagram-worthy aesthetic we're bombarded with every day. But here's a radical thought: what if that's only the shallowest layer of beauty? What if beauty is so much more profound than we've been led to believe? We live in a world obsessed with appearances. Social media, advertising, even our daily interactions are often dominated by the superficial, by how things look. But the problem with this obsession is that it's incredibly limiting. It narrows our understanding of beauty to something that can be captured in a photograph, filtered, and judged by a quick glance. And when we do this, we miss out on the deeper, more meaningful aspects of beauty that exist all around us. Let's think about this logically. If beauty were only about physical appearance, then it would be something static, something that could be universally agreed upon. But that's not the case, is it? What one person finds beautiful, another might find unremarkable. Beauty, it turns out, is subjective. It's influenced by culture, personal experiences, and even our emotional states. So, if beauty isn't a fixed quality, if it's something that changes depending on the observer, doesn't that suggest there's more to it than just looks? Could it be that beauty is, at its core, a reflection of something deeper, something that goes beyond the surface? Here's a fascinating thought. What if we've been thinking about beauty all wrong? What if true beauty isn't something you can see with your eyes, but something you feel with your heart? This is where philosophy comes into play, and trust me, this is where things get really interesting. The ancient philosophers, people like Plato and Aristotle, had a very different idea of beauty than we do today. For them, beauty wasn't just about outward appearance, it was about harmony, balance, and truth. Plato, for example, believed that beauty was a reflection of a deeper, more profound reality. He thought that what we see in the physical world is only a shadow of a higher, more perfect form of beauty, something eternal and unchanging. He argued that when we experience beauty in the world, it's because we're getting a glimpse of that higher truth. Now, I know this might sound abstract, but think about it this way: have you ever been moved by something that wasn't traditionally beautiful in the conventional sense? Maybe it was a piece of music that stirred something deep inside you. Or maybe it was a moment of kindness or courage that took your breath away. These experiences don't fit into the narrow definition of beauty as physical appearance, but they're undeniably beautiful, aren't they? So, what does that tell us about the nature of beauty itself?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Here's an even deeper point to consider. What if the most beautiful things in life can't be seen at all? Think about love, for example. You can't see love, but you can feel it. And when you're in the presence of true love, whether it's romantic love, the love of a parent for a child, or the love between friends, there's something undeniably beautiful about that connection. It's not about how the people look, it's about the bond they share, the way they make each other feel. That's a kind of beauty that transcends appearances. And yet, here we are, living in a world where we're constantly told that beauty is something external, something we can measure and compare. But this obsession with outward beauty is not only superficial, it's harmful. It creates a culture of comparison where we're always measuring ourselves against unrealistic standards. We start to believe that if we don't look a certain way, we're not worthy. And that's not just a lie, it's a trap. Here's a thought-provoking question for you. How often do you judge beauty based on looks alone? And more importantly, how often do you judge your own beauty that way? What would happen if we stopped focusing so much on the external and started paying attention to the deeper qualities that make something or someone truly beautiful? The essence of inner beauty, why true beauty is a reflection of character, not appearance. So, let's take the conversation deeper. We've established that beauty, in its truest form, goes beyond mere physical appearance. But what does that really mean? What is inner beauty, and why do we often hear people say that it's what's on the inside that counts? Is that just something we tell ourselves to make up for the obsession with looks, or is there some profound truth to it? Let's break this down. When we talk about inner beauty, we're not just using a metaphor. Inner beauty is real, and it reflects who we are at our core, our character, our values, and how we treat others. It's the kindness in someone's heart, the resilience in their spirit, the courage they show in difficult times. These qualities can't be captured in a mirror or measured by physical standards, but they shine through in everything we do. And here's the fascinating part: people who possess inner beauty often radiate a kind of light that makes them more beautiful in a way that goes beyond appearances. Think about someone in your life who you deeply admire. Maybe it's a mentor, a loved one, or even a public figure. What is it about them that you find beautiful? Chances are, it's not just their looks. It's their integrity, their kindness, their strength. These are qualities that draw us to people, and they're far more enduring than physical beauty, which inevitably fades with time. Inner beauty, on the other hand, only deepens as a person grows. It's like a tree that becomes more majestic as it ages, its roots digging deeper into the ground, its branches reaching higher toward the sky. Here's a question for you: if physical beauty is temporary, but inner beauty can grow stronger over time, which one would you rather cultivate? This is where the wisdom of focusing on inner beauty becomes clear. When we spend all our energy trying to maintain or enhance our appearance, we're investing in something that will inevitably change. But when we invest in our character, in becoming kinder, wiser, and more compassionate, we're building something that will only increase in value as we get older. Let's explore this further by looking at how inner beauty shows up in our daily lives. Have you ever noticed how someone's personality can actually influence how you perceive their appearance? Someone who might not fit conventional beauty standards can suddenly seem incredibly attractive when they're being kind, making you laugh, or showing empathy. This isn't just a psychological trick. This is the power of inner beauty manifesting itself outwardly. It's as if inner beauty has a way of transforming how we perceive the outer world. And this transformation happens in reverse too. When someone who is outwardly attractive behaves in a way that is cruel, selfish, or dishonest, their physical beauty loses its luster. It's like a beautiful mask that, once removed, reveals something hollow underneath. This is why, on a deeper level, we know that looks alone aren't enough to make someone truly beautiful. Real beauty is about the energy you bring into the world, the way you make others feel, and the positive impact you have on the lives of those around you. Here's another profound question: what kind of beauty do you want to be remembered for? When people look back on your life, will they remember you for your physical appearance? Or will they remember the way you made them feel, the kindness you showed, the wisdom you shared, the love you gave freely? The truth is, no one remembers someone's exact physical features after a certain point. What we remember is how people made us feel, how they lived their lives, and the values they stood for. This brings us to an important realization: inner beauty isn't something that's just nice to have, it's essential. It's the foundation of a meaningful life. It's what gives us the strength to face challenges, the courage to be vulnerable, and the ability to love deeply. And here's the best part: while physical beauty can be fleeting, inner beauty is something you can cultivate every single day. It's within your control. Every act of kindness, every moment of compassion, every time you choose to do the right thing, even when it's hard, you're nurturing your inner beauty. So, let's flip the script. Instead of spending hours worrying about how we look, what if we spent that time working on who we are? What if we focused on becoming kinder, more patient, more loving? What if we started measuring beauty not by how others see us, but by how we make others feel? This shift in focus could change everything, not just in our own lives, but in the way we see the world. Here's a challenge for you: the next time you meet someone, try to see beyond their appearance. Look for their inner beauty, observe how they treat others, how they speak, how they carry themselves. And ask yourself, what qualities do I admire in this person that have nothing to do with how they look? You might be surprised by how much beauty you can find when you start looking deeper. The role of art and nature, how beauty in the world reflects deeper truths about ourselves. We've spent a lot of time talking about how beauty goes beyond physical appearance and how inner beauty is something we can cultivate. But let's shift our focus for a moment and look at the world around us, at art, nature, and the beauty we find in the external world. If physical beauty isn't the whole story, then why does a sunset take our breath away? Why do certain works of art move us to tears? What is it about the natural world or a deeply moving piece of music that resonates with something inside us? Let's start with nature. Nature's beauty is undeniable. It surrounds us, whether we're in the mountains, by the sea, or simply watching the changing colors of the sky at dusk. But the beauty of nature isn't only about its visual appeal. What we find beautiful in nature often reflects something deeper. When you stand at the edge of the ocean or look up at the stars, there's a sense of awe, a feeling of connection to something much larger than yourself. It's as if nature is reminding us of our place in the universe, of the vastness of existence, and of the mystery of life itself. Here's a deep question for you: when you experience beauty in nature, what are you really responding to? Is it just the colors, the shapes, the patterns? Or is it the way nature makes you feel small but connected, humbled yet uplifted? The beauty of nature reflects something essential about the human spirit: our desire for harmony, for a sense of belonging, and for an understanding of the world that goes beyond what we can see with our eyes. Now, let's consider art. Like nature, art has the power to evoke deep emotions, to make us see the world and ourselves in new ways. But what makes a painting, a piece of music, or a poem beautiful? It's not just the technical skill involved, though that plays a part. It's the way art expresses something universal, something that speaks to the human condition. Great art taps into the emotions and experiences that unite us all: love, loss, joy, suffering. It gives form to feelings we often can't express in words. In this way, art is a reflection of inner beauty, both from the creator and the observer. Think about it: why do people stand in front of a painting for hours, or listen to a piece of music over and over again? It's because art, like nature, pulls us into the present moment. It asks us to slow down, to really see and feel. And in that moment, we're reminded of the beauty that exists both outside of us and within us. Art and nature, in their purest forms, don't demand anything from us. They simply exist, offering us a chance to connect with something deeper, something timeless. Here's a challenge for you: the next time you encounter something beautiful in nature or a work of art that moves you, ask yourself, what is it stirring inside of me? What deeper truth is this beauty pointing me toward? When you start to see beauty not just as something to be admired, but as a reflection of deeper truths, the world around you and within you becomes infinitely richer. Redefining beauty, how to see and cultivate beauty in everyday life. Now that we've explored how beauty exists both in nature and art, reflecting deeper truths about ourselves, let's bring this understanding back to our everyday lives. If beauty is not just about physical appearance, but about the harmony, meaning, and connection that underlie our experiences, how do we begin to see and cultivate beauty in the ordinary moments of life? How can we redefine beauty in a way that enriches our daily existence? Let's start with a simple truth: beauty is everywhere, but we often miss it because we're not paying attention. In the rush of modern life, we're so focused on getting things done, on productivity, on checking off tasks, that we rarely stop to notice the beauty in the mundane. But beauty doesn't only exist in grand landscapes or masterpieces. It also exists in the small, quiet moments, the way the sunlight filters through the trees, the warmth of a cup of coffee in your hands, the sound of rain tapping against the window. These moments might seem insignificant, but they contain a kind of beauty that can ground us in the present and remind us of the richness of life. Here's a question to consider: what would your day look like if you made a conscious effort to notice the beauty in the everyday? How would your experience of life change if, instead of rushing through tasks, you pause to appreciate the details, the textures, the sounds, the interactions that usually go unnoticed? This shift in perspective can transform even the most ordinary day into something full of meaning and wonder. But seeing beauty in everyday life isn't just about noticing external things. It's also about cultivating a sense of gratitude and presence. When we're fully present in the moment, we open ourselves up to the beauty that's already there. Often we're so caught up in thinking about the future or dwelling on the past that we overlook the beauty of now. Practicing mindfulness, being fully engaged in whatever you're doing, whether it's washing the dishes or talking to a friend, can help you experience the beauty that's woven into the fabric of daily life. Beauty, in this sense, is less about what we see and more about how we see. And then there's the beauty in human connection. The relationships we build, the kindness we show, the empathy we extend, these are some of the most profound expressions of beauty. When you take the time to really listen to someone, to understand their struggles, or to offer a helping hand, you're creating a kind of beauty that goes far beyond appearances. This is beauty in action, beauty that transforms both the giver and the receiver. Here's another challenge for you: what small act of kindness can you do today to bring beauty into someone else's life? It could be as simple as offering a compliment, sending a thoughtful message, or helping someone in need. These gestures might seem small, but they create ripples of beauty that can have a profound impact. Ultimately, redefining beauty means recognizing that it's not something to be chased or achieved, it's something that's already all around us, waiting to be seen and appreciated. And more importantly, it's something we can create with our actions, our words, and our intentions. When we shift our focus from the superficial to the meaningful, we begin to understand that beauty is less about what we look at and more about how we live. It's about the grace we bring to our daily interactions, the love we share, and the sense of wonder we carry with us. So, here's the final thought I'll leave you with: what kind of beauty are you cultivating in your life? Not just in how you look or what you own, but in how you show up for others, in how you appreciate the world around you, and in how you nurture your inner self. The truth is, the more we focus on creating and recognizing beauty in its deeper forms, the more beautiful our lives and the world become. Thank you for watching, and remember, true beauty is everywhere, if only we have the eyes to see it.